Hello, it's Mrs. Lindeman here. I'm here today to tell you the Bible story that God answers Hezekiah's prayer. After King Solomon died, many of God's people stopped trusting in God. But then King Hezekiah led the people to worship the one true God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, just like Hezekiah did. God's people had some enemies, like the king of Assyria. The enemy king of Assyria told God's people that they were going to beat them. They marched to King Hezekiah's palace and shouted, "Our king wants you to know that we will take your city and you can't stop us. Your God isn't strong enough to stop us." Oh boy, were they wrong. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are his, the rivers are his, the stars are his handiwork too. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do for you. And Hezekiah knew that God was so great and so strong and so mighty, and King Hezekiah did the greatest thing he could do. He did what we should do when we're in trouble. He prayed to God. We can pray anytime. Hezekiah knew that, and he asked God for help. A man named Isaiah was a man of God who told King Hezekiah not to be afraid. He reminded Hezekiah of God's great power and love. He told Hezekiah that God said that the king won't be able to harm their city. The king of Assyria sent King Hezekiah a letter that said that they should give up or the enemies would destroy them. King Hezekiah took the letter to God's house, the church, and prayed to God, asking for help. Isaiah again sent Hezekiah a message from God, saying that God heard his prayer and would save his people. That night, God went into the enemy camp and destroyed thousands of the enemy army. When they woke up and saw what happened, the enemies were so scared, they ran away. They saw God's great power. They knew they couldn't fight him. So God took care of his people again. Of course he did. King Hezekiah and God's people thanked God and trusted that he could help them with all of their problems, even their greatest problem, sin. Sin is our greatest problem too. So we can trust, just like God's people did at Hezekiah's time, that Jesus dying on the cross means that we will live forever with him. Have a great day.